I nearly forgot to get a new microphone. The camera may not be on. The camera's not on yet. So I'm gonna stop recording. And I'm gonna use this microphone that I got. And just lift up the camera for a second. Remove this. Just gotta make sure it doesn't fall over. Because it might fall. I don't have the right proportions. Alright, I got the microphone. Alright. Chat. What is up, chat? So, you may know that this stream is you may know what the stream title is. Why I quit Gorilla Tag? So in this live stream, I'm going to explain why I quit Gorilla Tag in the first place. And why is my camera not on? Start the virtual camera. Like, there's literally no my camera is my camera even on? And it fell again. It fell again. Right, so chat. This is me explaining why I quit Gorilla Tag, and I'm gonna just try to figure out how to turn the camera on, because the camera just does not want to turn on for some reason. Like, why? I think I'm gonna click off of that and I'm gonna go to settings to see if I can change anything. The output, the video encoder. The video encoder, is there no option to use a webcam? I didn't really. Well, like, there's no video. Oh, I guess I'm having no camera for this stream. Guess I can't. Guess the camera doesn't want to work. Alright, chat. So I quit Gorilla Tag. I think it was like a year ago or something. It was like a year ago. And it's all because of toxicity. And toxicity just made me want to quit the game, because I was sick of all the toxicity on the platform, and literally I just didn't like the game. And basically Gorilla Tag I did not like. So chat, I guess the camera's gonna be off for this stream, but that's fine. No, like, I quit the game because of toxicity, and I remember I played a while ago, and basically it was me and some random guy I found, and he was nice. And then there were two purple gorillas in Gorilla Tag that I saw, and they said something horrible. They said gay and lesbian people deserve to be shot, and I didn't think that's a very nice thing to say. So that's one thing, and that's when I started to look at Gorilla Tag differently, and I started to think the platforms became more toxic. In my opinion, it's got the same amount of toxicity as Call of Duty. It's got the same amount, so it's half and half. And I don't think I'd play Gorilla Tag again. I might play it soon, but chat, I've been doing the stream for a little bit now, but all I'm gonna say is my words are that I'm gonna say, I'm not playing with the unkind, horrible people. I'm only playing with the nice people. If you're a nice person, cool, you can play with me. But if you're a horrible person, don't bother, because I'm just gonna leave the lobby. I'm not playing with the horrible players from now on. I'm playing with the nice players, because toxicity in Gorilla Tag is rising by the minute, and you don't know when you'll find a toxic player. You might find them at any moment. They could be somewhere waiting. They could be somewhere. They could be somewhere. They could be somewhere. They could be somewhere. Anywhere. Hiding. and you might not know where they are, but that wouldn't be your fault. That would be their fault for trying to hide from you. And toxic players are just horrible, nasty people on Gorilla Tag, and they just love making you want to quit the game. But I haven't fully quit. I just kind of quit it because I hadn't played in a year. And really, I just, to be honest, my opinion, I'm not saying I dislike Gorilla Tag entirely. I only dislike it a bit because I completely hate the toxic players. The toxic players made me want to quit. The toxic players made me want to quit. And the toxic players just wanted to be like just really horrible to other people, and I just couldn't take it anymore. And eventually, Gorilla Tag left my life. I left Gorilla Tag completely, and there is nothing I did because Gorilla Tag wouldn't have changed even if I wanted it to. Even if I wanted it to change, it wouldn't have changed either way. It wouldn't have changed either way, even if I did change it. So I just hope in the next couple of years all the toxic players get banned, cause they ruined Gorilla Tag for me. Little children and little children are just gonna. They would just cry. Little children would cry. Little children would just cry at the toxicity of the toxic players. And toxic players are the reason people don't play Gorilla Tag anymore. They make them want to quit. And some players, some horrible things happen to players that they reached insanity because of what they did and because of what those horrible players did. And some of those players couldn't take it, so they just decided that they were not going to play Gorilla Tag. And some kids might have even snapped their VRs because of what they heard from the toxicity from the toxic players. And this is a message from all toxic players: leave Gorilla Tag forever, because everyone doesn't like you in the community. You're the reason people don't play Gorilla Tag anymore. Little kids cry in their room all day, every day. Little kids are traumatized. Little kids, I feel bad for all the little kids who have had to deal with toxicity. I've dealt with it a few times, and those toxic players just seemed that it was a joke, because it's how they are. And do you want to know something? Toxic players don't care of what little kids think. They don't care about little kids' feelings. They don't care about little kids' feelings. They don't care about little kids' feelings. So the toxic players just didn't want players to be happy on Gorilla Tag. They wanted the players to be sad. And like, that's sad for the players, but also it's sad for the people who play Gorilla Tag. Hello, the longest flick tag world record holder. No, like, toxic players make kids cry every day in their room, and they go up to their parents and they say, can you tell this kid off? And kids in the chat, I know how you felt, because I know you've had to deal with it before. You might have had to deal with it in the past, but it's just what some players are like. Because sometimes you just gotta deal with it. Because toxic players are like, nag, 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 I don't care what those players think. They just don't care what little kids think. And they just go around upsetting everyone. Especially YouTubers. A couple of YouTubers have dealt with toxicity. And I remember seeing a video of J-Man Curly and Elliot, and someone was toxic to Elliot, and then J-Man Curly was like, oh, is that toxicity I hear? Do I hear toxicity? Stop being toxic. I'm gonna get you banned by the admins. And like, I think what J-Man Curly was saying was right, because toxicity needs to be stopped. And we don't know when toxicity will end. It might go to the grave. And let's just hope the toxic players get banned. Toxic players, if you're watching this, leave the stream now.